Hey, and we are the Coalition, loud and proud, outrage porn-free, civilly disobedient media. We are here now with Jay Charbonneau. He is the newly minted, the freshly minted, if you will, chair of your Pawtucket City School Department. Mr. Charbonneau, congratulations.
Thanks, Pat.
I think in the world I come from, we sometimes give congratulations and the blessing at the same time.
Yeah, well,
these are amazing times for the Pawtucket School Department. You've got a new school on the horizon. You've been working on resolution of certain issues regarding the legacy high schools in town,
right.
And so this really begins, I think, a new era. So tell me about your hopes, your dreams, if you will. To paraphrase, they like you. They really, really like you. You were elected unanimously. What's on your agenda, and what are you excited about?
Well, I appreciate the unanimous support of the committee. It was a trying year. I think we learned a lot. We grew a lot together as a community, as a committee, rather. And so priorities on the horizon, certainly the unified high school is the biggest priority on the horizon. At a $350 million, give or take, price tag, it's a generational opportunity for the students in this community and the city as a whole. So it's going to take all of us, as I said in my remarks, working together to make sure, that building gets done correctly and on budget. I think to that end, we need to have a very transparent process. And people talk about transparency, but, the taxpayers are the ones footing the bill on this. So we should have a variety of public meetings. We should talk about a financing schedule between the school department and the city to make sure that there's money that flows throughout the project. And all of those things are going to require, the community as a whole coming together and working together.
Now, I'm Pat Ford here. I'm no stranger to school committees, to town councils, to legislative bodies. I've seen this organization, and I'm something of an outsider. I've seen this organization forged, if you will, by controversy and challenges. Is that a fair statement?
Well, I think it is, but a lot's been said about this committee. But I think I want to reintroduce the community to the committee. We have a grandmother whose daughter graduated through our schools, and now granddaughter attends our schools. We have an advocate of foster children. We have 2 educational professionals. We have a first responder. We have the mother of a special needs student whose passion for special education, and she could write the book on special education. Mm-hmm. And I think you've seen that passion manifest itself at the new playground on Kirvin McCabe. That was Miss Grant's passion and drive that got that done. Mm-hmm. And I run a multi-million-dollar business myself, and I have a couple of hundred employees. We're not the gang that can't shoot straight. We're 7 individuals who have 7, at times, different opinions, and sometimes that results in a 4-3 vote. But I think it's that openness and that candidness that we debate vigorously that yields the results we're seeing.
The department, and I should say specifically, the schools are in sort of a transition period. You've got 2 older schools which are in tough shape physically. There's a great spirit in both of those schools, both in the community and the teachers, but they're in tough shape physically, while at the same time you've got the financial challenges of this unified high school. But if you can elaborate a little bit on the once-in-a-generational lifetime opportunity that the unified high school represents, but at the same time the ability to, if you will, accelerate the repairs to the old high schools.
Right. I think, we've shown that we can build school buildings, right? And I think it's important that we're able to, as they say, walk and chew gum at the same time. The unified high school is 5 to 6 years away at best. So we've got to address Shea and Tolman in a real material way. I've been an outspoken critic, if you will, of the slow pace at which Shea renovations are getting addressed. I've asked for multiple updates over the course of the last year, and some of those have been dismissed. But we have an obligation to the students at Shea and Tolman, quite honestly, to make sure that they're going to school in a building that's safe, warm, and dry while we build this unified high school.
Would you do you see a fire being lit under that process at this point?
Well, again, I think it's going to require some conversations, and I haven't been privy to a lot if those conversations have been occurring. But I think we need to do that openly and transparently with the community and all forms of government within the city to find out, one, do we have the capacity to move forward with renovations at Shea while still maintaining the bonding schedule for a unified high school. All of those things need to be flushed out, vetted, and I think we should do that in a public way that gives the taxpayers, who, as I said before, are going to ultimately foot the bill for this, gives them the reassurances that the city leaders are all working at least together to serve the students that we represent.
And finally, then you'll be meeting at some point soon, do you think, with the Rhode Island Department of Education hierarchy and perhaps even including on Helican and Fonte Green?
Well, I think, my immediate plans is I want to level set with our team, find out where we are in school construction, where we are with the Shea renovations, what our strategy is to be able to do some of those renovations while moving the Unified High School project forward. We have project management firm bids that are out there. Those bids have come back and been scored. We're waiting to get those results. So there's a lot on the horizon. I do anticipate a conversation at some point with, I don't know if we'll get to the commissioner, but I heard about a potential $50 million pay-go. As a member of this committee, I hadn't heard about it until I read it on your feed. Mm-hmm. So I think there's a lot of unanswered questions as we go forward, but we're ready to get to work.
Now, again, congratulations. There are communities in this state that have faced significant challenges, and Pawtucket and Woonsocket are amongst the two. We were treated late last year and now this year with a kind of a refreshed approach in Woonsocket, similar to what you're discussing, where folks are just going to level out all the issues in front of everybody and fix them. And they're doing that. And to see the same approach taking place in Pawtucket, it's wonderful. And it really provides a fresh energy to the people in this city who need, quite frankly, some good news.
Well, I think, words are words and actions are actions. We've got to stop putting some actions behind the words. And we were a leader. Over the last 9 years, we've been the leader in the state in school construction and renovations. I don't think that's up for debate. That occurred because we all worked together. We may not have all agreed at the same time, but we all worked together. And the mayor's administration was part of that. The council was part of that, as was the school committee. And certainly there's been, some damage to relationships, and the council going out or the mayor going out for an appointed school committee had certainly, damaged some relationships. But we've got to be able to disagree on policy without being cut off from the work that's at hand. Mm-hmm. That's my commitment. We don't do this for, I never took this role. I took this role because my kid was in the school, in the classroom at Potter Burns when the ceiling tile fell. I think we've done a good job of getting from that point 10 years ago to where we are now. There's a lot of work left to get done, and it's going to require everybody working together.
New year, new day.
New year, new day.
Excellent. Congratulations, and look forward to these kind of communications that we've got with the Pawtucket School Committee, because I think with regard to that, you folks are a model for open transparency with your community. And again, that's not something to be taken for granted in the state of Rhode Island right now. You guys are a model for that, and I've certainly appreciated the input from the school committee after school meetings. So I look forward to continuing that.
Yeah, Pat, and on behalf of the committee, I want to thank you and the Coalition Radio Network. You've covered us good, bad, and indifferent. You've given us a forum to kind of have our voices heard. I encourage you to continue to reach out to members of the committee, and look forward to the year ahead. So I appreciate it.
Jay, congratulations. Thanks again.
Thanks, Pat.